Yes, people, you know the face, you know the name. Aaron here, back again with another video. Shout out to everyone tuning in, showing love and support every single time. I appreciate your time and yeah, the time that you take to watch these videos. We're closing in on 17K, so please, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with someone that you know that loves football. And if you're not new, excuse me, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know how it helps this channel massively. Listen, Club World Cup. Oh, excuse me again. Shout out to everyone still tuning in with me. And shout out to everyone still watching the channel. I really appreciate you guys more than you can think. It's not been easy, you know, staying up all night, watching these games. I'm staying up all night again tonight to watch Esperance against Chelsea. Let's see what the mighty Chelsea do against Esperance, and let's see if they can win their game. But yes, final score between Benfica and Bayern Munich. Bayern lose 1-0 and finish second of the group while Benfica top the group, but they both advance to the round of 16. And as much as this should be about Benfica winning 1-0 and finishing top of the group after their somewhat shaky start, you know, a draw against Boca, then a 6-0 win against Auckland, and everything was pointing towards a Bayern Munich win today, if I'm honest. Even myself, I didn't particularly rate this Benfica squad. I didn't particularly rate Bruno Lage, but he came out in the post-match interview, and he did say, listen, I want people to believe more. I want people to believe more in what we do, in what the hierarchy does in terms of work, and what the sporting director does in terms of work, and in terms of what he does in terms of work with his players. So he's come out and said, listen, it's time to believe. It's time for people to believe in what we do. And I respect that. I fully respect it. They got the win, which was not anticipated. Not many people had tipped Benfica to beat Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich were in such good form. That 10-0 against Auckland, that win, the comeback against, not the comeback, but that good win against Boca. And yeah, like I said, everything today was pointing towards the fact that Bayern Munich should have won. But like I said, even though it should be about Benfica today, I've got the feeling like this is all still going to be about Bayern Munich. And mainly because in the first half, that was not good. The first half, Bayern Munich's first half was absolutely shambolic, I have to be honest. Like, for Bayern Munich, a side that loves to have possession, a side that loves to go forward, a side that loves to suffocate and press teams very high, win the ball back and create chances at will. For a team that does all of that, to have 0 shots on target in the first half, oh, I know Vincent Kompany went mad. I know for a fact he went mad at halftime. He came out in a post-match interview and he said the subs were planned. Now, listen, I wasn't born yesterday. Sometimes when you're in the business, or when you've been in the football business, you can kind of tell when the manager's gone off and he's taken someone off and he's made changes at halftime. He wanted to win this game. Obviously they didn't, but the least he wanted was a draw, because the way Bayern Munich came out in the second half was a completely different team. Now, I want to bring your attention to the first half again, and just how slow Bayern Munich were playing. And I don't know why. Obviously, Tom Bischoff had made the move from Hoffenheim to Bayern Munich, and he made his debut today. It was a bit of a shaky start, but you know what? With Bischoff, I can say, you know what? I can put it down to nerves. I can put it down to, this is his new club. The move from Hoffenheim to Bayern Munich is a huge step, a massive, massive step. It's not the easiest one, so you can put it down to nerves, no problem. But then I look at some of the more seasoned guys, and I'm sorry, but I have to look at people like Balinia. I have to look at people like, well, Thomas Müller is leaving the club. So again, this is something you can put to the side. But I'm looking at people like Serge Gnabry. I'm looking at people like Leroy Sane, who I'm going to talk about in a second. And it just looked so slow. It looked pedestrian. It looked like they treated this like a preseason game, whereas Kompany was going mad on the touchline. He wanted to win this game. He wanted to win this game. And because it was so slow, because it was so pedestrian, sometimes they couldn't string two passes together. It was difficult. It was a very hard watch. I'm not gonna lie, that first half. For someone who's, lived and grown up in Germany, I'm used to seeing Bayern Munich always wanting to be the one to have possession, always wanting to be the one to be the threat. They don't want to get threatened. They can get threatened at times, but they want to be the ones in control. And to see Bayern Munich not being able to be in control, it's just, yeah, it was weird. It was a tough watch, man. It was a tough watch. Now, Balinia, I don't know. Yeah, back to my point. I know for a fact Company went mad at these guys in the dressing room because second half he made three changes. No nonsense. Gnabry off, Bischoff off, and Balinia off. And that tells me a lot. Bischoff, like I said, he's new. You can put it down to nerves, no problem. But Serge Gnabry, I don't think he's in Company's good books. João Balinia, I don't think he's Company's cup of tea. I just don't. And listen, I still think there's a player in Balinia. I think he's a fantastic player, actually, because he's done so well at Fulham. Find yourself a new club, honestly, because with the way things are going, if he decides to stay at Bayern and he thinks, or he says, no, I want to stay, fight for my place, which is not a wrong thing to say. Listen, you're risking to miss out on our Portugal squad for the World Cup next year, my friend. So find a club and just play. Just play. Serge Gnabry, like I said, the fall off has to be studied because he's someone that I like. And there was a season or two where Gnabry was untouchable. He was the best winger in the world. And I think it was the season where Bayern Munich won the treble. You know, that season where Bayern went to Tottenham and beat them like, what was it, 7-1, 7-2? And Gnabry scored 4 goals. That season, Gnabry was untouchable. And I don't know what happened. Injuries here and there, yes, you can put it down to that, but still, someone like Gnabry should not be falling off this bad. But with him, it's still kind of okay because you still know that there's a player in there. Leroy Sane, man. I was watching this game and I was like, this is Sane at 29? He plays like a 30-year-old. He plays like someone who's in his mid-30s playing for Bayern Munich on his way out. I just don't know. Like, Sane looks like a shadow of himself. He is not the same Sane that we saw at Schalke when he first came through and the Sane that we saw at Manchester City. Absolutely not the same. Absolutely not. I just don't know what happened. And it doesn't surprise me that he chose to go to Turkey because, yes, the money played a factor, but would he really have been able to still keep up with the likes of Elise, keep up with the likes of Musiala, I don't think so. I don't know. This fall-off has to be studied. Because even in the second half, he had 2 brilliant chances. And when you don't bury those chances, again, he's a seasoned professional. These kind of chances should be tucked away with his eyes closed. 1v1 against the goalkeeper on your strongest foot. Twice, straight at the goalkeeper. I just don't know. The first chance, I can't remember who played that long ball, but the first chance, that should have been you round the goalkeeper, tap in. Easy. The second chance, I don't know why you tried to lift it so close to the goalkeeper. If you're going to lift it, do it. If you're going to lift it, do it a few yards before. So at least, the goalkeeper has to stretch himself to try and reach for the ball. You tried to chip him while being literally next to him, or in front of him, I should say. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Bayern have dodged a bullet here by letting him go. Because I know, certain Bayern fans wanted to keep him. I think they've dodged a bullet, This is a clear indication to me, especially that first half, that Bayern need to strengthen in the wing positions. Because going into the next season, into the new season, with Coleman, Elise, listen, there's no question about him. He's top class. So I'm not going to talk about him. But going into the new season with Coleman and Gnabry, yeah, you're going to be suffering, my friend. Bayern need to go into the market and bring someone else in. They desperately need someone. It makes sense why they're trying to go after Nico Williams. It makes sense. On a more positive note, I think the changes that Company made were absolutely spot on. And you could instantly see the increase in quality. Instantly. Michael Elise. Harry Kane, Joshua Kimmich. The quality went from this to this. And I want to talk about Michael Olise, man. I mean, the level of maturity this guy plays with is absolutely out of this world. This guy single-handedly changed the game. As soon as he came on, 3-4 minutes in, you could already see the difference. Everything he does, he takes care of the ball. Every pass is well thought of. Every step over is so smooth, so silky. Like everything he does just has meaning. Even the passes that he plays to split defenses and the way he finds his teammates, some of the crosses that he was putting in. Michael Olise is absolutely top draw, man. Honestly. He should be, as well as like for France and for Bayern Munich, he should be the first name on the team sheet. Every single match. Every single match. Because Olise is that good. He's that good. If he would have started this game, Bayern would have won. They would have won. And honestly, I hope, obviously, he's not picked up any injuries, but I pray he stays fit the whole season because Bayern are going to need someone like that to be able to go deep into competitions like the Champions League, to be able to win the league again, to maybe win the German Cup and win the German Cup again. Michael Olise is that guy. He is that guy. Technically excellent. Close control, excellent. The way he drives with the ball literally sticks to his feet. Everything is just excellent. Excellent. What a footballer, man. What a footballer. I can't sing enough praises about this guy. Yeah, so, yeah, that leaves us with Bayern Munich playing against Flamengo. That's going to be very interesting because Flamengo come with intensity. They know how to keep the ball as well. So it's going to be interesting to see which team's going to have more possession. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Any Bayern Munich fans, drop your comments, drop your thoughts. And yeah, people, like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.